It's Mental Health Awareness Week. My name's Natasha Welfare. I'm a mental health counsellor, and this is a short video about everyday mindfulness. I very deliberately decided to call this video Everyday Mindfulness because really mindfulness is for everyone. We don't need a special cushion. We don't need a hardcore vinyasa flow yoga practice in order to practice mindfulness. It's a very, very simple and effective practice. And we're going to do a practice together actually at the end of this video, a very short practice that's going to last about a minute and a half. But before we do that, I wanted to share with you, my main reasons for practicing mindfulness. So firstly, what I want to say is that I use it as a reset button. So when I'm sitting at my desk and I start to become really unproductive, I'm picking up all sorts of different bits of paper and I've just sort of lost focus. I'm probably becoming a little bit anxious. I've been at my desk for too long. I've been, trying to concentrate on too many different things. And I've just, lost a bit of focus, a bit of perspective. For me, that is the absolute sign that I need to use mindfulness as a pause button. So what I might do is, jump up out of my chair, go and lie down on a space on the floor, spread out like a starfish, and do a mindfulness practice. And then I can come back to my desk and I can feel refreshed and renewed. I can make better decisions. I can be more focused. I can be more creative. I'm better able to deal with conflict situations or problems, challenges. So it's actually a really useful business tool actually in some ways, or a really useful life tool, I guess, to know when we need to activate that pause button. My second reason is that it simply calms my nervous system. So when I go into that place of fight or flight, and again, we can link this to anxiety. We're a bit like animals, aren't we? We get quite tense, our heart rate goes up. We can get quite sort of that fearful, nervous feeling. All of the blood rushes into our muscles. We really think we're under attack. And mindfulness enables us to calm the nervous system. So if we think about the nervous system as being a set of dials, the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight response that we were just talking about. The parasympathetic nervous system is the rest and digest. So when I practice mindfulness, I'm turning up the dial on the parasympathetic nervous system and I'm sending a message to my brain that I'm safe. Now, depending on the day, sometimes I can do that relatively quickly and easily. Other days it's a little bit harder. I need to give it a bit more time. It just depends, but it absolutely works. It does calm the nervous system. And my last reason for practicing mindfulness, or my main reason for practicing mindfulness, is this very powerful idea: you are not your thoughts. So when we practice mindfulness, we're detaching from our thoughts in a way. We're sort of watching our thoughts. And this is quite liberating in a sense, because once we realise that we're not our thoughts, that we don't need to believe all of our thoughts, we are really moving into a place of freedom. Because of course our thoughts can, I call it the monkey mind. Our thoughts can tell us stories that aren't very kind and that aren't true. We can beat ourselves up a bit. And so really practicing what we call metacognition, watching the thoughts, letting the thoughts pass by, it's an extremely powerful tool for our mental health. So they're my main reasons for practicing mindfulness. Let's together do a really brief, about a minute and a half mindfulness practice. So what I want to encourage you to do is sit forwards in your chair a little bit so that you're supporting your spine. Separate your feet, give your toes a wiggle, feel your feet into the ground, bring your hands down into your lap, soften your shoulders, feel the length and the space in the back of your neck, and just gently close your eyes. Cultivate the ability to listen in. So you're not listening so much to the external sounds, but you're listening to the sound of your breathing, you're listening to the sound of your heartbeat, even if it's really, really quiet. Relax all of the muscles in your face, Make sure there's space in between your teeth. Soften your jaw. And just start to watch every in-breath and every out-breath. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about changing the breath. Just watch it coming in and then watching it leave the body. Notice all of the qualities of your breath. So where do you feel your breath? Do you feel it in your nose, your throat, your chest, in your belly? Don't let a single breath go by without you noticing it. So you're almost becoming completely fascinated and absorbed by the breath. As you're watching your breath, keep sitting up tall, keep your shoulders soft, your face is relaxed, watching every in-breath and watching every out-breath. And if you start to move into a place of thinking, if thoughts come in, just watch them go. They're a bit like clouds that are passing across the sky. You don't need to attach to your thoughts. Just gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. Just a few more breaths. And then gently flutter your eyelids open, give your feet a bit of a wiggle. You can rub your hands into your clothing, perhaps even roll your shoulders back, and just notice how you feel. Do you feel any different to when we started? So that's a very short introduction to everyday mindfulness, remembering that mindfulness is for absolutely everyone. I hope it's useful.